recent success against New Zealand, does that mean that you go into this match with real confidence from having the previous success against them, which Ireland historically didn't have that?
I think we'll just take our learnings from that experience. You know, and an away series win in New Zealand hadn't been done before by an Irish side, and you know, we'll take confidence from that. But a year and a couple of months is a long time in rugby. It's a long time for a team to fix up what, you know, their weaknesses that they felt we probably we overcame on them, and I think there'll be a different side come Saturday. So massively looking forward to the challenge. But yeah, I think we'll take a bit of confidence from that tour. But we certainly won't be getting ahead of ourselves.
And Hugo, just how pleasing is it to have Matt and James alongside you in the back three? Because there was some question marks about that.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I suppose we finished the game with an interesting back three. I think Gemmo did a brilliant job, didn't he? He's such a creative player, so exciting. So he slotted it in well on the wing. But yeah, to have the two lads back again brings a bit of X factor to the back three, and always enjoy playing with them. So it's great news.
Thanks, Sinead.
It's obviously an important one, but so was last week, so was the game against South Africa, and so were all the matches in the Six Nations as well. So we've been treating all of them as knockout rugby, and as it's always that game next, that's the one that's important. So it's a big challenge, but it's exactly where we want to be as well. So we're very excited to come into this challenge.
Yeah, much the same. I think every week that we go into feels like the biggest game. You know, you're playing for the Irish jersey every week, and you want to put that in a good place every time you get to put that on. So it's no different. We've been preparing for the World Cup for a long time now, and we've had the mentality. You know, Faz has given us a mentality that every week is kind of a knockout game for us, and we had to win it. So it's no different this week. Much like last week, we had to win that game to continue on in the World Cup, and same goes for this week. So yeah, it's a massive game, no doubt, but very much looking forward to it as well.
Thanks, Alex. Then Tommy.
Hi guys, can I just ask you both, what are some of the things behind the scenes maybe that have been key to Ireland's success and getting to this point, not just maybe in the national team, but in the pathway or system?
I suppose within the national team, I suppose the biggest thing is definitely the environment that has been created for us. You know, there's not an area that the backroom staff haven't covered. You know, from nutrition, S&C, then even just in terms of enjoyment, like we've probably put pressure on ourselves to make sure that we make sure that the time away from rugby we enjoy it, which creates a great environment. We get on unbelievably well with each other, and we have a great time. And then when we step over the white line, you know, for rugby, everyone's switched on, but everyone still does their work outside of that. So I think the environment has definitely been the biggest thing for us in terms of our success to this point. Would be my point for sure.
Yeah, I think exactly what Tadhg said, but to add to that, I suppose it's the 33-man squad we have here. It's the many lads who I suppose were unlucky to miss out on the squad who are training with us all. Some are lads who have had experiences with the development side against the Maoris or in South Africa, and it's that squad we've been building over the last couple of years as well, that everyone's adding to it, that we've got great training sessions against each other, that it's always competitive 15 on 15. So I think it's, again, the environment creates that as well.
Tommy?
Just for both of you lads, in terms of how you're preparing for the weekend internally and mentally, teams don't need motivation for a World Cup quarterfinal, we know that, but are you expecting this All Blacks team to have summer 2022 in mind and to be really going for you? I mean, they won't use the word revenge, but for that to be a real part of their mission at the weekend, to make up for what happened on home territory for them last year?
Yeah, they'll be hugely motivated. I suppose they'll try use those learnings, as Tadhg was saying, from that campaign, but Again, it's knockout rugby. We're hugely motivated too. I think there's a lot on the line as well. So we're just going to be focusing on what we can control this week, getting our preparation right, training well, recovering well now over the next few days.
Ollie.
Ollie, you're achieving a team for New Zealand. Even Foster said the other day he felt this was probably your best opportunity to win it. Would you agree with that?
Well, I suppose that's been our goal for the last 4 years. We've put ourselves in a position to win it, but all that matters is Saturday, because we lose on Saturday, we're obviously out. So I think I genuinely do feel if we can get everything right between now and Saturday, and then put in an 80-minute performance, we'll give ourselves every chance of getting through to the next round, and then we'll go from there.
Luke.
Hugo, from your personal point of view, do you think New Zealand are very good at looking for space in the backfield with their kicking game? That's something you need to be aware of.
Yeah, definitely. They've got a wide range of kickers, don't they? Between Mwanga, Ten, the Barretts as well. So there's a lot of variation there, and I think from the first game against France, we saw their kicking quality. So yeah, it'll be a real challenge.
Thanks. Yeah.
I was just wondering, there's been a lot made of this rivalry and the respect between the two teams, but respect doesn't necessarily mean you have to like someone. Would you say that these two teams like each other? Are you friends? Are you mates?
In what regard, like in mates off the field, like, or?
Both.
Well, like rugby's one of those games where when you go onto the field, you go to beat the crap out of each other for 80 minutes, and when you step off it, you're very happy to grab a beer with your opposition number and enjoy the moments afterwards. And it's no different with New Zealand. That happened. One thing I will remember from New Zealand was after the last test, and we'd beaten them, we ran out of beer pretty quickly, and the New Zealand squad were pretty quick to bring in their beer and leave us continue celebrating, and that's respect too, isn't it? Off-field respect, and it'll be no different on Saturday. We're both going to go at each other for 80 minutes. We'll be very happy to walk into the change room and have a beer with them, for sure.
Okay, last 4 questions. Cian, Gavin, Aisling and Gordon.
Hugo, I know every game is different and all that, but you're one of the few players who beat New Zealand and lost. What does that do for the mindset? I presume when you were younger, you would run and watch it and they had this over and not turn around and now. But what's it do for the mindset?
I suppose you have to build on a bit of the confidence that it's given you. I suppose coming out better in the past, but we haven't played them for over a year now. They'll have improved massively. They'll have taken the learnings from those games, and they'll come out gunning for us as well. So we're just preparing as best we can this weekend, looking at what they've done in the recent past and in the last couple of games, to try to get ahead of that, and just focusing on ourselves then over the next couple of days, getting ourselves right.
Thanks. Gavin.
So Johnny said New Zealand have improved, made great strides over the last 12 months. Are you guys a much better team than you were at the start of that 17 game unbeaten run? Does anything particularly jump out and what's improved?
Are we a better team since when, sir?
Over the course of that 17 game unbeaten run?
Yeah, I definitely believe so. I said from the start that since our warm-up game, we've improved game on game. I think even during this World Cup, we've improved game on game, and I think if you go back from the start of that 17, our run, I definitely think we're a much better team for sure. I think we've improved in many areas. It may only be slightly, but definitely better. We're putting together performances that are, longer than like 10-minute spells, 20-minute spells, and we're going to keep striving for that 80-minute performance.
Thanks. Aisling.
Yeah, hi lads. Just one for both of you, that's okay. There's been a lot of talk about the Irish fans, other nations are now talking about how great the Irish fans have been. Does it feel different, and is this the best Irish support you think you've ever experienced?
Certainly away anyway, yeah, definitely. They've come out in massive numbers. I think the last 2 games have been really special in Stade de France, but they were also there in Bordeaux and Nantes, and I think coming out to see the sea of green always lifts you. I think they've definitely helped us at times in those games, and hopefully it'll be the same this weekend.
Yeah, I completely agree. I'm loving it, to be honest. It's class to watch. You know, just standing in the stadium after the last couple of wins has been, you know, you kind of have to take a moment to enjoy it. And then, you know, we've been probably sending each other some videos of some funny videos of fans in the streets and stuff, enjoying themselves, and like that's what it's all about for us. We want to get the people back home and the people who are travelling excited to watch us, excited to be here, and you know, be hopeful, I suppose. You know, they might be getting ahead of ourselves. We have to keep ourselves grounded, but I think that's what it's all about. It's about the Irish fans for sure.
Thanks, Murray.
You've had a photo of you trying to Joe McCarthy's rise. What have you made him? It's obviously incredible.
Yeah, he's been brilliant. You know, his head is so screwed on for such a young guy. His willingness to learn is unbelievable, and you know, he's, for the size of him, he's such an athlete as well. He's probably one of the you'd be amazed at how easy he is to lift in a line out for the size of him and stuff. He's an incredible athlete. He works extremely hard, and you know, he's always one of the best trainers as well. So it's no surprise to see him rise the way he has, and I feel like he's only going to get better. And yeah, I can't really say much more against him. Really good guy.